Alright, y'all, I'm back. I am back. So we had red news that popped up at 11:30. I ended up making the stream again because we had a potential area that I wanted to see price make a setup, but now it's like really flying to the highs. So basically, this is what I see here. I see price. This is Bitcoin right here. So overall on the higher time frames. Um, Overall, on the higher time frames, we started pushing up, showing some momentum, and then we had the first sign of accumulation. So we have a flush, and then price paused against that on 20 right here. It's getting bought up really fast. When I hopped on the charts, I was right here in time, and I wanted to see a pause there, but by the time I pressed, you know, I started to stream up, it was all the way up there. So it's all just a waiting game. Not much waiting to do because it's almost the end of the session. So it's just a little waiting. Yeah. So previously before there was before 10 o'clock, I was looking at this area for opportunities, but you know 10 o'clock came. I didn't want to trade it in either way. There was no buy stop that was validated. Prices fell down. There was nothing to do. And what I see here is just you got the stage one sideways moving action. Price popped above that 20 and it's fine. So in order for me to even get a trade set up, right? I can't even if price pauses up here, I can't take a trade because price is already started at stage two. So it wouldn't be wise for me to enter into the stage two because price can reflush and create a stage one, the sideways moving action. Because that's where I want to get involved in the overall bullish market. Um, we have a high right here. This is the overall high. If price takes out that high, I no longer want to look at this area because price already moved. So what do I want to see? If price can basically come down a bit more, make the 20 level out like sideways a bit more. So me personally, I do think this is too high of an entry, and you just remove the 50. Yeah, this is too high of an entry. Personally, I think it is. So I'll wait for price to come down, pause, level out. So I'll just eye this market right now. I'm just not interested, but it could set up. Meta, um, Meta. So far it could set something up. Actually, technically, no. It's probably gonna be too late because I want to stay on the charts until like around 12. So there's no point for me to wait because this candle is gonna close at around 11:30. If I wait for the pause, which is the next candle that prints before taking out the high. If we get it at the 10 and 20, that's probably going to be around 12 o'clock, which is too late. Um, Good thing I can. It is moving nice in terms of this back test trade I took, so I can add that to my basically my journal for that. Not journal, but my separate back test. Um, USD CAD. I was originally looking at this area I, before I hopped off the charts waiting for the red news to pass. Price ended up moving. It was around here. Price ended up basically moving without me in this area. Targeted the highs, and there was nothing for me to do at that point. Because it targeted the overall highs. Now we started to reflush downwards. However, if you look what's going on this time frame, right? I wanted price to get bought up quick at this 20, right? But instead, yeah, it got bought up, but then it just reflushed down. which just shows me this area is like an actual flush. So what I would do in this scenario, Price is telling me a story. Yeah, this was the flush, this was the pause, but then it ended up reflushing. So there's nothing for me to do in terms of um taking entries on a 5 minute time frame yet. USD JPY is still not ready. I still needed some type of move to prove itself before watching USD JPY on a 5 minute time frame. So nothing to do in terms of that. US 30, it's the same thing. I'm just waiting for price to potentially prove itself or looking for some opportunities. Yeah. What I'm thinking, what I could potentially do, like, yeah, just checking, just taking a look at the market, see what it's doing. QQQ looks good. It moves like US 30. Only one I have for QQQ is the Armanex account, so I wouldn't be able to trade it on other accounts. Um, yeah, only one that looks clear for me to potentially trade is this Bitcoin. Let me just remove these other MAs so I can have some clarity in terms of what it's doing. So let me just highlight where that stage one is. This is where that stage two is. We're starting to point up. I do want this to just start to level out. Not much to really wait for. If price does end up taking out this overall high, that's gonna be just a sign for me to hop off the charts completely, because then it would take longer for price to set up basically. Let me just remove these so I can um see it properly. Okay, so I'm gonna prepare an order above right here. So I'm just waiting for the 20 to move a bit sideways. Is if price can close like under here, that'll be a good sign for me to like potentially start to set an order above this high, because then it will be leveling out, showing that the stage two is, I mean, the stage one is happening. So I'm gonna prepare something above here. So if I can, let me see, it's not gonna be much of a risk. Still wouldn't be ready. So there's two things that I can like. There's some certain things that's going on in my head on what I'm thinking that could happen. So one of those is price could, obviously move higher and then just continue that overall trend. But one thing that could happen as well is, we start to consolidate a bit in this area. The 20 starts to move sideways, and it may set up even a lower potential entry because there can be lower entries within the overall entry as well. So that's just basically another impulse, a pause, happening inside this overall impulse pause area right here. If that makes sense. And as you can see, like failure of analysis, I talked about it before, but failure of analysis does not mean anything when you don't get involved. Because I was expecting price to move from this area, but analysis failed. I'm always cool with my analysis failing, especially if I didn't get involved. So I still don't got any orders set up here. It's not on leveling out. This is still showing me like a stage two. So I'm still like in my eyes, I'm still late to the move right here. Let me just take another look at how the MAs are looking. The 20 specifically. In this case, still not leveling out. So I believe if price closes down here, it will start to level out because as you can see, it's starting to like curve curve a little bit, but I still just have to watch it. That's what's going on right now. Let me see something. I wanted to check my challenge real quick because on top of that, what I'm noticing is there's possible 1 minute entries just in case like I could keep that in mind for like just a challenge entry. Yeah, that's pretty cool to see. Okay, so price is, let me see, what is it doing? Let me remove these. Yeah, it's starting to move sideways a bit more, so I can actually start setting up an order. I can set it up above this high right here. If it creates a lower setup down here, I'll move it down. But I like how it's on starting at stage one. Where's my ATR? Let me just move this. just for some stop placements. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So I set up a buy stop because I liked how it looked right here in this area. Just put back everything. There we go. Now I like how my mind is working. Like I can like on top of that, I can see that there's probably like a 1 minute opportunity that may even set up, and that's just in line with the overall time frame like that. So what I can potentially do, because I just set this buy stop for only my 5 percenters account. So what I could do is I could set an order for my other accounts as well. Uh, Actually, I'll probably have to do one account because I can't really risk a high number. I can't really risk what I want to risk with the leverage they have for 5 percenters. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna pick one account. So I'm gonna do my funded FX. I'm gonna do the phase two. You order and then 5 minute. Trying to hurry up so I don't miss it. This is probably what I can risk either way. So I'm gonna set this buy stop. So I'll basically manage both of these. It's gonna be easy to manage two accounts at the same time. And if price sets up a lower one right here, I'll take it. So what I mean by a lower one is you can see that. So we have an impulse start in. If price makes a pause with the next candle, I can lower my price point as well. So I'm just keeping my mind on that area just in case I could potentially lower my price point. Okay, nothing to do. Everything looks good so far. Let me actually, I'm gonna delete the orders. The reason why I wanted to delete the orders is because on the way how the on the 20 is starting to look again, it's starting to point up again. So I feel like it needs to build up a little bit more before I take an opportunity, but I don't like how it's pointing up again, so I just canceled the orders. That's interesting. It's setting up a 1 minute entry. I'm gonna see if I can get involved on a 1 minute if I can. This looks good. 1 minute looks clean. I'm a be looking at 1 minute challenge entries while I'm waiting for 5 minutes to possibly set up because if it doesn't want to set up, it can just go. Yeah. The reset up right here. Let me take a look at is it moving sideways enough? It's still not moving sideways, it's pointing up, so it's not ready. So I'm gonna still look for 1 minute entries. Got that low. All right, so it's 11:48. I don't think it's gonna set anything up for my funded accounts. I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit. I'm trying to see if it's gonna set something up for a challenge first, because it's in a good area. But starting to move sideways. Starting to move a bit sideways. Yeah, I'll set an order above this high right here for my all my accounts. It's starting to level out just a bit. To, not all my accounts, but there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this order on. All right, so I got this order set on right here. The 20 is starting to move a bit sideways right here. What we have here is we have a move up, we have a pause, and then inside of it we have a move up, pause, like how I was talking about, like a lower price point. We got 3 minutes 30 to see what this candle does. Oh, I gotta cancel the order. I ain't realized. So, all right. So the reason why I had to cancel this order is you see this low right here. This is the low that made that impulse right here, and then it retook out that low, which made that setup invalid. What time is it? It's 11:52 right now. If I was to wait for a setup, yeah, like technically I can wait for a setup after, but I usually like to just hop off the charts at like just 12, so I'm not too much on the charts. So I didn't take any trades today. I'm gonna show it tomorrow, follow the same rules, and see what we get. But no trades today.